So we had to do an analysis on the testing that a trucking school did. So we were doing an analysis on the testing that a trucking school did. And it was like, we had 100-page PDF basically. Okay. And the names in this 100-page PDF are all very immigrant type names. They're not like John Smith. They're just,
folks from other countries. Just
like you could tell that they're immigrant names without like being specific about what they look like. And so we were like, hey, can you tell us if any of these people tested more than once? And can you just, lay out a chronological order of when these people tested and how many people tested? So relatively easy question, right? You have a 100-page PDF. Each page has like 5 tests on it with 5 names, right? And I want to know, A, how many total unique people are in this data set?
Sure.
And B, if they ever tested twice.
Sure.
Okay. And then the date on which they tested. So we fed that into it. And then it spits out what looks like it could be real data, right? And I'm like, okay, great. So I'm like, let me just do a spot check on this data. And I start doing a spot check, and I realized that it started making up names, like immigrant names, that sounded like the other names in that data set that were not in that data set. Right? So it wasn't adding like, oh, John Smith tested. It was added like Vladislav,
it just added in.
And it added names that sounded like the names that were in there.
Was there something when you go back and you think about the prompt, right? Was there something that you were trying to get it to do that, again, it was trying to appease you and give you a piece of information you were looking for?
So what I found out that it was doing eventually was that it was just skipping a bunch of pages, right? And it was like, so it wasn't reviewing all 100 pages. It reviewed the first 20, and then it got lazy for 30. Then it reviewed 5 more. Then it got lazy for 30.
Fascinating. So I think I know why that's happening, by the way, because somebody was saying that from a energy consumption perspective, that all of these AI tools just take so much energy and resource, and so they're actually losing money as people are using these tools,
right.
And so they're trying to limit it. And I had a similar situation where we were using footage that had been shot by another provider. The client wasn't happy with what they provided and wasn't happy with how they shot it. And they're like, is there any way you can salvage this? So we were like, well, we're going to have to do a pretty deep analysis on this. And I told them transparently, I'm going to put this through AI, because for somebody on my team to watch, 30 hours of footage to tell you that it's bad, it's going to be expensive. So we were able to generate a transcript from the content. We popped that into ChatGPT, and we said like, hey, we want you to pull these quotes and create a glossary of the best of quotes based on these goals. We gave it a full prompt engineered thing. It took me 4 hours to just get it to do the job, because it was so much data, and it kept going, well, here's what I'm going to do. Are you sure you want me to do it? And here's what I'm going to do. Are you sure you want me to? Yes, do it. Well, let me ask you 3 more questions. And I realized I think it was just like energy preserving, because it was going to be such a resource heavy
I found exactly the same thing. And so with this 100 pages, what I tried to do is I was like, okay, I realize it's skipping pages. Let me do 25 pages at a time, right? And so go through the first 25, then go through. It was still making up names. It was still making, and the thing that it was doing is it was missing pages. Like the names that popped up on page like 7 weren't in the data set, but names that were not anywhere in the thing were in the data set. So as a lawyer, I try to be as accurate, and I want my information to be correct. So at the end of the day, we put in the 25 pages, it was still making mistakes. And I'm just like, all right, we're wasting time with this thing. Let me just have somebody do it. It's more expensive, but it's accurate.